In the Marvel Universe, superheroes, supervillains, even gods have come and gone. But this time, Marvel is opening the door to something different. Meet Sentry, Marvel's so-called golden god, a hero with power on the scale of 1,000,000 suns going supernova. The kind of presence that doesn't just challenge gods, it redefines what a god even means. But who is Sentry? How strong is he? When you strip away the myth, and if he's entering the MCU, does that mean a new era of salvation or the start of a disaster no one can stop? In this video, we're breaking down Sentry's origin, his abilities, and the darkness that comes with that power. Unlike most Marvel heroes, Bob Reynolds didn't just have a rough personal life. He had basically nothing good going for him. On top of that, he was dealing with multiple mental disorders, and he was using drugs. One day, like always, he was out hunting for his next fix when he ended up at a lab, and there, they offered him something insane, to test an experimental super soldier serum on him. And Bob, who'd felt weak his entire life, takes the deal, because for the first time, he can picture it, becoming a hero, finally being useful. Just moments after the serum hits his system, everything changes. A massive surge of energy breaks loose inside him, and he gains a kind of power the world had never seen up to that point. Power on the level of 1,000,000 exploding suns. But what makes Sentry special isn't just the raw strength. Deep down, he didn't actually want to fight or rule anything. He just wanted to matter. He wanted to be a hero and help people. But like any force that huge in this world, it didn't come without a price. When the Sentry Project serum entered Bob Reynolds' body, it didn't just create a hero, it shattered the balance. The world couldn't just allow power on that scale to exist without consequences. And so, at the exact moment Sentry was born, his shadow was born too, the Void. The Void is the embodiment of Bob's fears, his psychological scars, and the darkest part of his mind. Sentry and the Void can't be separated, and the stronger Bob got, the bigger and more lethal the Void became right along with him. From day one, Bob realized his greatest enemy wasn't out there, it was the dark version living inside him. He tried again and again to destroy the Void, but it simply wasn't possible. Now, when it comes to Sentry's power level, it's not hard to call him the strongest being in Marvel. The guy can literally destroy planets with his fists. And it doesn't stop at impossible physical strength. He can push back against the laws of physics themselves, tear through space-time, and travel to parallel worlds. And here's something wild. Sentry has gone up against Marvel's most powerful heroes multiple times. For example, he took down the god of thunder, Thor, with just a few hits, like it was nothing. Or in the World War Hulk storyline, when Hulk was at his angriest and most powerful, basically wiping the floor with every hero in sight, Sentry steps up alone to face him. And the crazy part is, not as a fighter, but as a literal punching bag, letting Hulk hit him over and over until Hulk finally burns through his energy. He was even in another battle where he stood against a whole group of top-tier powerhouses, like Captain Marvel and Gladiator, and he still managed to beat them. And when it comes to durability, for most heroes, one critical wound, or even one big explosion, can be the end of the story. But for Sentry, death is just a very short pause. When we say Sentry is unkillable, we're not exaggerating. Not only can he survive direct contact with the sun, but he's been torn apart. Yes, multiple times. His head blown up, his body completely shredded, and he still rebuilt himself. He even faced Molecule Man in one of the comics, someone who can create and destroy entire universes. Molecule Man didn't just break Sentry down once, he did it several times, dismantling him all the way down to the molecular level. And every single time, Sentry rebuilt himself, atom by atom. Sentry is the literal definition of immortality, and being impossible to put down. Even when a character traveled back in time and killed Sentry before he ever took the serum, basically erasing him from the timeline, Sentry still came back, in a way that's honestly hard to believe. So yeah, you could say there's something inside him that simply refuses to accept the rules of death, time, and reality. It's like Sentry is tied to the very concept of survival itself. Up to this point, you might be thinking, okay, so he's basically Superman, just with extra powers. And sure, that's partly true, But it's not the whole story, because one of Sentry's biggest abilities isn't even physical. He also has telepathy and mind control. And if I tell you that in this area, he might even be stronger than Professor Xavier and Emma Frost, it might sound like an exaggeration, but no, this is real. Sentry once made the entire planet forget. Everyone, even minds as resistant as Xavier and Frost, ended up folding under his mental power. So Sentry isn't just a superhero, or even just an insanely powerful being. In every way, he goes beyond even the laws of nature. Reed Richards, Marvel's genius, said about him, "Sentry is a man of God, the strongest human being that has ever existed." And when something like that is said by someone like Mr. Fantastic, you realize this isn't hype. This is someone that even a cosmic monster like Galactus is terrified to stand against. When the world is falling apart, and Sentry exists, the savior everyone hopes will show up isn't Steve Rogers, not Stark, not anyone else. They're all waiting for this golden god. But at the same time, despite all that greatness, nobody truly feels safe with him around, because he's so powerful that even the smallest slip in his mind could wipe the world out. Governments see Sentry more like a weapon than a hero, a classified project, like a golden nuclear bomb that's always one step away from going off. And in some comics, the Avengers even decided to wipe the entire world's memory so Sentry would be forgotten, not to punish him, but to save the world from the chance of an irreversible catastrophe. And now, you can see that same fear inside the MCU too. In Thunderbolts, we saw the Sentry project isn't just a military experiment anymore. It's a red line that could flip the entire world upside down. We saw how he effortlessly defeated the entire Thunderbolts team, and then, when he lost control and the Void was unleashed, nobody could even run from it, let alone fight it. In the movie, it's said that if Sentry is going to use his powers, the Void will inevitably wake up too. It's a tragic equation, because in Marvel's future cinematic plans, to save the world, they're going to need a hero on his level. But that same hero could turn into the biggest threat this world has ever seen. And that leaves one real question. When the team finally ends up facing Doctor Doom as an overwhelming superpower, are they going to be willing to risk using Sentry in that battle or not? Drop your opinion in the comments. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and thanks for sticking with me.